Hey y'all, it's Stephen Van Kampen-Lewis on March 18th, and today is kind of a cold, dreary day. We thought we were done with winter, but came back for one last round here in Central Texas. But today I want to talk to you a little bit about my Phalaenopsis collection, actually. I just want to show you the plants. There's a whole bunch of stuff that's coming into bloom right now. I grow the summer blooming phals, or the polykilos section, I guess, primarily or exclusively. So they don't bloom when these sort of big box store giant white type Phalaenopsis are blooming. This is a different group that blooms during summer supposedly, and then other times of the year as well. So let's get the camera turned around and just check out those plants. All right, there it is in all its glory. my Phalaenopsis collection, which as you can see is not extensive, but it does keep growing. The first one that I got was actually that Tetraspis over there. It was a cerulea that I got at the October 2021 Redland show, and it's done pretty nicely since then. And I've got some other ones, and I'll kind of show you those to you here in a sec. So this is a cool one. This is one that I just got from a friend recently, and it's a Bisoniana. And my understanding of this one is that it is an intensely colored version of pulchra that used to be considered pulchra, but now has its own status. It's putting out new roots and a new leaf right here. You can see probably a snail bit off the tip of this root, so I suspect that one's done, which is unfortunate, but I'm actually really excited to look at this one in real life and see what it looks like. I actually just tested this one for virus today, and it is negative, so I'm super happy about that. I have this little bastianii that the same friend gave me. He gave me a keiki of this. He actually gave me a keiki. This is James Ryder up in Austin, and he used to be actually the International Phalaenopsis Alliance president, and he still has his collection going. And this is a bastianii that he gave me a bunch of years ago. I bloomed it out once. I wasn't very good at Phalaenopsis, so I gave it back to him after his mother plant died, and now he's given me another keiki that, as you can see, is spiking here. I'm excited to see this one blooming. So it's gone full circle. It's one of those where I helped him save the plant that's in his collection, and then he's actually given me actually I forgot two keikis here. So this one is not blooming, but I have two of these, so I'm excited to see this one. This is beautiful, absolutely wonderful plant. I'm excited to see it bloom again. This is a Tetraspis. Actually, I'm sorry, this is the first one that I got from Redland in October 2021. But this one is putting on a really great show. It's got this spike here is loaded up with buds. This spike over here is loaded up with buds and has at least one branch. Yep, two branches actually. So this one should put on a nice show. I hope that it's able to extend beyond that leaf. That would be really frustrating if it blooms underneath the leaf. And then this group of buds here is also growing and should be a great show here. I don't know, two to 3 weeks, I think. This is a Phalaenopsis ludomaniana cerulea that I got from Big Leaf Orchids less than a year ago. I'm really excited to see this. If you go to the website, they have just the most amazing photo of what this is going to look like. I didn't repot it since the media still looked good, and the roots are actively growing. So I'm really hoping, this is one of those ones where I keep looking for a spike coming out, and I just don't see it happening right now, unfortunately. But I've seen the one that they have online of this looks amazing, and then I've seen other people post photos of theirs, and they're absolutely mind-boggling. This is an Inscriptus sinensis that I got about a year ago, and it's not looking super good. This is one of the more difficult species to grow. I left this with a friend, and unfortunately, for probably close to 6 months, and unfortunately she sunburnt this leaf that's popped off here, and then it was in my apartment with me late last year, and it's not looking super good, but we'll see what happens with this one. The flowers in these look really cool. It's not a common species. I'd never even heard of this before I saw this for sale at the Houston Orchid Show, the Houston Orchid Society show in about a year ago, 2022. And I hope it bounces back. We'll see. This is the second Tetraspis cerulea that I got. Originally comes from Brookside Orchids. I got this from a friend in Austin. She's selling her collection off. And the bloom on this one is another really nice one. Absolutely beautiful. But as you can see, it's got these two long spikes that are putting out blooms right now. So I will show you as this one blooms. This is one that got hit really hard by mealybugs last year, which is why you can see the damage to the leaves and a little bit of their corpses, I guess, on the bottom. The bottom side looks really bad. I hadn't realized how bad this had gotten until I flipped the plant over, or I saw the bottom of the plant somehow, and it was just, it looked like this. I was shocked, so I immediately treated it. I don't see any new infection coming on, so hopefully this one is done for now with the bugs. But regardless, it'll be cool to be able to compare the two different Tetraspis ceruleas and see how they look side by side. This little guy is amboinensis that I got from, this is actually from Mir Moses' collection up in Dallas. Some of you may recognize his name. Mir was an AOS judge and Phalaenopsis grower and breeder of his own right. Unfortunately, he passed away last year in 2022, and he is very, very much missed. He was a very prominent part of the Texas orchid judging and growing and orchid society scene, and you know, we miss him quite a bit. But that is my little Phalaenopsis collection in a nutshell. I almost forgot that two of my favorites are here under lights for the time being. For now, this is sort of a transition for growing seeds that'll go outside. These are the last of my little tomatoes, and got some peppers that are waiting for this last cold front to go outside. But I got two more Phalaenopsis. This is a Zebrina, and this flower's easily a month old. It's the red bars there have faded to brown, but it's a really nice one if you check out these photos here. And then actually the one that I'm the most excited about, I got at the same time that I got the Zebrina. The Zebrina is actually from Big Leaf Orchids. This is Giga Bell, so that's Gigantea by Bellina. And I was looking for this at the last month's Phalaenopsis workshop in Dallas, but Peter Lynn said that he didn't have any of these at the moment, and he's the one that made the cross. However, Mike Mims showed up with this particular plant, which is actually a big leaf cross, and as you can see, this was a replate that was done in 2019 from ones in an old half-dead flask. So that's the narrative there on the tag. So it's a cool plant with a cool story, and I picked this up right as Peter Lynn was coming over to talk to Mike, and Peter was very surprised that these were still around. He said this was one of his favorite crosses that he had made. This is one of his favorite batches from this cross that he had made. So he was excited for me to have this. So as this one gets bigger and older and nicer, I will definitely show pictures, and that's probably the Phalaenopsis that I'm the most excited about. Anyway, maybe one of these days I'll show you the orchids that I have stashed in here, but for now I will sign off and talk to y'all later.